Hello and welcome back to Deus Machina Demonbane. Kiru has finally shown his true colours. No, don't take it seriously. And what the hell is that supposed to mean? We're back! Sister Lisa, food! No! Suddenly Lisa leaps up as though she has springs attached, flying through the air with inhuman grace, before landing perfectly in front of the entrance. She then grabs the kids, though trying to protect them. She shakes her head pleadingly, tears flying everywhere, and cries out with heroic desperation of one who knows her duty. Stay away, children! Kiru is now a dangerous, insane pervert! After he has his way with you, when the light is gone from your eyes, he'll cut you to pieces and bury you! Seriously? That seems like a bit of an overreaction. I mean, just a bit. I mean, given that the manual does specifically say that, well, I would say that it specifically says that all the female, romantic interests are over 18. Given that Al-Azif is literally several thousand years old, admittedly that definitely goes outside the rule, the half plus 7 rule, but in case you've never heard of that, the acceptable age for you to date is half your, or the youngest you should be viably allowed to date is half your own age plus 7 years. And you round up. No, yes, you round up. So I'm 23, so half that rounded up is 12. So you add 7 to that, so the youngest I could conceivably date without it being excessively weird would be a 19-year-old. And you just, to figure out the top end, you just reverse it. So you take 7 from your own age, so 23 subtract 7 is 16, double it, 32. That makes sense? Good! Or even worse, he'll cut off your arms and legs for some drama? Or worse, he'll cut off your arms and legs for some drama play, and then some organ playing, and then strangle you because he likes how it makes you tighten. And the rigor mortis really does it for him, and the maggots crawling out of your putrefied corpses as he revels in your rotting flesh. As some of the following phrases may anger members of the audience, we've decided to remove them. Your understanding is appreciated. And he says, I've come so many times, and his head is so filled with Iro and Garo that even Leatherface would puke his guts out and flee. No! Kiru, please! The children! Just spare the children! It can't be. You don't just like girls but boys too? Is that how you've been looking at me all this time? God, I think you're the crazy one here. Kiru's a lolicon. Pedo! Serial killer! Okay, where the hell did you kids learn those words? And you! What are you doing pointing me like that, you source of all evil? I see. You've had a tough time, Kiru. Yes! Now that you understand, stop acting like this is an interrogation and get that damn lad out of my face. It's fucking bright. Seriously. Care for a cigarette? By explaining to Lisa everything that's happened, I somehow managed to convince her that I'm not a kidnapper, rapist, murderer. I tell her that the girl isn't human, but is in fact the spirit of a grimoire. I tell her about the unfortunate chain of events that's led to the grimoire seeing me as her owner and following me around. I don't tell her, of course, about my run-in with Black Lodge, or my rampage in Demonbane that ended with several square blocks getting blown away. Couldn't lay that on Lisa. It'd just make her worry. And it'd definitely get me a lecture. And all this time, the book girl in question is fooling around with the kids. Her audacious, arrogant attitude makes her seem like a little girl trying to play big sister. It's a little charming, actually. Well, if you don't know what that is. While watching over them, Lisa speaks chidingly to me. But you know, Kiru, don't you feel sorry for her, treating so coldly? She seems to have taken quite a liking to you. Wait, no, stop right there. I feel like nothing I say has gotten through to her. Lisa, haven't you even been listening to me? I know adolescent girls can be difficult, and I understand why you're hesitant, but, like I said, she's not an adolescent, and she's not a kid. She is the insane notes pounded out by a nutcase called Abdul Al-Hazard, a demon that has been around for over 1,000 years. Lisa keeps nodding knowingly while I shout and rave. Right, so this Aloha dad of hers, I gather he passed away some time ago. Quite some time ago, yeah. Like 8th century or so, and it's Al-Hazred, not Aloha Dad or whatever. Nod, nod. Lisa nods again emphatically and lets out a deep sigh, and looks at Al-Azif with a sorrowful expression. She must have had a very hard life. You have to be kind to her. Is it just my imagination, or has no one listened to a word I've said recently? If she's too much for you to handle, she can stay at the church. Everyone will be happy to have a new friend. Oh, you better forget it if you want those kids to have a future. You don't need to worry. Besides, you already pretty much live off this place. Just leave it to your sister Lisa. It's like her words completely and utterly incinerate my willpower, pride, and human dignity all at once. Hey, Sister Lisa, I've got a question. Yes? What is it, Colin? What does a threat to my chastity mean? The air freezes. Time stops. Who did you hear that from? That girl said when she was talking about sleeping in Kiru's room last night. Kiru! I knew it! I will waste you! This time I'm going to completely destroy you, you harmful book girl! I am going to stick you in the collection box of the Arkham City Family Values League and watch you burn for the good of the city. Yay! Kiru's mad! Ah! He's gonna rape me! Mama! Mama! Help me! Get here! I will defeat you! I will defeat you and take back my destiny! Other than the alien element known as Al-Azif, it's pretty much business as usual at the church with me, Lisa, and the kids. As always, the kids mess with me. I chase them around in a half-serious anger. The kids scream happily and run away. Lisa watches over us nonchalantly. Sometimes she joins the kids in making fun of me. It's a perfectly normal routine, utterly mundane. Until the blood with the blood-red twilight at its back, the other enters it. And it's sudden. It is so very sudden. For no reason at all, a chill runs through me, and it's like the air is frozen, but no, that's not strong enough. It's like my blood has frozen, like my heart has been pierced with a blade of ice, my spine torn out and replaced with an icicle, like ice water has been poured over my brain. Metaphors aside, I'm truly afraid that I'll freeze to death. That's how lethal and hopeless this feeling is. I'm facing something utterly outside my experience, something indescribably other. And at this moment, I might have truly died. My frozen body, organs, brain, soul, and time are slowly, it feels like an eternity coming back to life. And there he stands. Was it only for a second that I lost myself? As the church door opens with a creak. The twilight sun shines in his golden hair, and the young man stands as though in the midst of crimson flames. And he is inhumanly beautiful. As though all entranced, or perhaps under a curse, no one can avert their eyes from him. And he walks slowly towards me, smiling peacefully. But for some reason that smile makes me sick, and I find myself trembling. Dangerous. This guy is dangerous. I don't know why, but he's too fucking dangerous. I mean, he's so... Oh god, he has such beautiful golden hair, and even his eyes are golden, so why? There isn't a speck of light in him. Golden darkness, deeper than pitch black, and utterly lightless gold. Who are you? Lisa stands violently in front of the man, even as the abnormal atmosphere threatens to swallow her. No, don't! Woman, get away from him! Al-Azif screams, but it's already too late. Be gone. Huh? Magic gathers around him and then bursts out. It's only a tiny explosion of power, but it's enough to send Lisa flying through the air like a ragdoll. It's almost comical. Lisa's body is flung to the opposite side of the room and smashes into the altar before crashing to the floor. She doesn't move. It all happens in an instant, and all I can do is watch in a daze. My soul is utterly paralysed. I can't move a muscle. Sister Lisa! The kid's screams snap me out of it. Okay, I doubt there's much we can do to help her. So let's stand in his way. My impulse is to run over to Lisa. My instinct, terribly cold and cautious, stops me. And the kids run to Lisa's side. As though trying to protect them, I stand in the inhuman man's path. It's too dangerous to take my eyes off him. This warning echoes loudly in my head. Sister Lisa! Sister Lisa! A faint moan escapes her. Right. She's still alive. It's So right now I need to focus on the guy in front of me. Telling myself this, I try to prepare. Just standing across from me was making me break out in cold sweat, my throat as dry as a desert. Huh. The young man laughs scornfully at me, and that's just enough to make me dizzy with rage. By filling myself with anger, I tried desperately to escape from my fear. What's so funny, you son of a bitch? Kiru, that man is dangerous. I don't need her to tell me that. But if I take one step back, I feel like I'll be consumed by fear. And I have to do something about this guy. I'm the only one who can protect Lisa and the kids. His lightless golden eyes look upon me with pity, and he smiles gently. So gently, as though trying not to frighten off a terrified small animal. So, now we meet. I suppose this is the first time, Deju Kuru, although I will likely know you better than you yourself do. How the hell do you know my name? Still smiling kindly, the young man raises his hand towards me. In his palm forms a ball of light crackling with energy. I can't move. Kiru! Al-Azif dashes out, and the ball of light sparks and continues growing in intensity. A light so bright I can't keep my eyes open. And he announces, In the interest of fairness, I shall tell you my name. I am Master Therion, he who seeks the truth of magic. The unleashed ball of light buzzes violently and it flies straight towards me as I'm frozen in place. Chi! The light explodes. The impact approaches in dead silence. A flash paints the chapel with white darkness. Kiru! The light recedes. Made it. Just in time. Al transformed me into Major style in the nick of time. My black wings shielded me from the light. And as I breathe a sigh of relief, I realise the meaning of what the man just said. In other words, he's the great beast. Master Therion. Beast of scripture, Master Therion. The beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Master Therion. Grand Master of the Black Lodge. Master Therion. Yes, and he is my enemy. The young man, Master Therion, makes an exaggerated, clearly mocking bow. A pleasure to meet you, Master of the Necronomicon. I have come to meet the man whom Al-Azif chose as her new master. I hope you'll forgive the rudeness of my sudden visit. I take a quick look behind me. Lisa is still unconscious, the kids are cowering in fear, their faces covered with tears. Inexhaustible rage boils up within me. Didn't your parents teach you not to hit girls, you terrorist bastard? At this point, Master Therion seems puzzled. But after thinking briefly, he smiles with understanding. The sister just now. I apologize. I am not so sensitive that I can pay attention to the crawling insects in my path. I totally lose it. My vision turns to white. I'm no longer paralyzed. My body feels incredibly light, like I'm floating, and a shock runs through my fist. I realise that I've punched Master Therion with all my strength, enough to send him flying through the wall of the church. Master Therion's body flies outside, breaking through the church wall, and I immediately dash after him. Master Therion's still flying, but suddenly his body is caught in an unnatural inertia. His robes flapping about, he turns in the air, and he makes an elegant landing. Licking a trace of blood from the corner of his mouth, he smiles. You were able to breach my barrier field and touch my body. Your latent magic power appears to be quite impressive. Son of a bitch, how much can this guy piss me off? I'll wipe that smirk off your face! Driven by anger, I charge once more at Master Therion. That pretty boy face of his. I'll beat it in so bad he'll need plastic surgery. Wait, Kiru! Don't lose your head! Even Al shouting in my... Even Al shouting in my right ear doesn't reach me. I focus magic into my right fist. The power surges wildly, electrifying the air, and charged with lethal energy, I swing my fist at Master Therion. An explosion, dirt and rubble fly through the air from the new crater in the street. Master Therion is not there. No way. However, you lack control over your fighting instinct. You're no different than an enraged boar. Listen well. Magic must be refined and purified. A union between your power and your spirit, for which it is necessary to control your emotions with reason. Good lesson. But that's a convenient point to end this part, so I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next.